not trying to build anything. You want something handed to you. This is my opinion. This is the only reason women want to do nope, 50-50 is off the table. I don't subscribe to that. Only gold diggers want to be in a relationship that's not 50-50.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.
What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is Love and Logic. Let's go ahead and get into it now. Today's topic, I'm gonna hit three major points. And I want to illuminate for your understanding. Just hear my heart on this one. Many ladies are not going to agree with it. Now, I will tell you, there's going to be some fellas that agree with it, but I did a reel last week, and I was like, yo, let me make this a whole episode. I'm going to do a 3-part version. I'm going to do 50-50, the Gold Diggers edition, 50-50 men's edition, and 50-50 women's edition. I'm going to do all three. So in the next 3 weeks, it's going to be all finished. But today's the gold diggers one. And I'm gonna give you 3 valid points that I guarantee that you never thought about why gold diggers would rather be. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. If you get offended, chances are you're a gold digger. Just being all the way honest. If you get offended by me saying this is the gold diggers edition, chances are I need you to look at the woman in the mirror and say, look, let me analyze myself, right? Why do I have an issue with this? And some of the points that I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna bring out in all 3 videos. It's gonna be the same point because it's really directed to this. I'm gonna tell you this, before we even get started, I do not subscribe to a relationship that's not 50-50. Now, let me explain myself. I don't subscribe to a situation where you say, hold on, you pay, the woman saying you paying all the bills. No, I don't subscribe to that. Now, if your financial status, I'm gonna say this in the beginning, if your financial status supports that she doesn't have to work or don't have to produce anything, then so be it. That's how you agree upon your relationship. Now, with me, I'm gonna tell you this, even if I was in a financial position, my wife could not just sit at home and be a stay-at-home mom and do nothing, right? Now, I'm gonna say this, if we have small children, no problem. You want to be a stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids, and that's your full job, no problem. But if we have older kids, no, you're not just sitting home waiting to go to the store to go spend money. You're not getting a credit card to just, no. We're not rolling like that. Now, would you have to get a sustainable job to pay 50-50 and I'm financially stable? No. But what I will suggest, you won't work for somebody, but I would suggest that you build something or just do what you love to do. If what you love to do is work for a marketing firm, now you're not going to be work at McDonald's or, shout out to all the McDonald's workers, right? I don't eat McDonald's, but shout out to you guys that can sustain that. But that's not what I'm talking about. If I'm financially set, I just don't believe it's just me in my house. You're not just going to sit here and just, hey, I'm about to go to, tear up Louis right quick, tear up Saks and go to Jamaica. No, we're not doing that. I need you to, this is a partnership. This is not just what I bring to the table and you just benefit from everything. No, we're building an empire together. Because the truth of the matter is, what do I need you here for if you're just like, listen, I'm going to let you do your thing. Just give me all the benefits. What do I need you here for? I could choose any woman to do that. I don't believe in that. So it bothers me when I see women that are beautiful. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Men, we have messed it up tremendously because women that are beautiful, we give them a pass. But women that are not that beautiful, and I'm going to tell you this, some of y'all getting y'all feelings, but y'all know that there's some women that are not beautiful and women that are very beautiful and women that are okay. Just like the men. You have some men that are very handsome. You have men that are okay. Then you have men like, nah, not my taste, right? I can't stand y'all get so sensitive. Don't say that they're ugly. Just say that they're not your taste. Y'all miss me with that. Be honest with people. Because men, we have made it hard for women that are beautiful because they feel as if their beauty is all that it takes to get them through the door and they can get what they want. The truth of the matter is, with some men, that works. With me, that doesn't work, right? I'm just being all the way honest, right? Now, a woman that's beautiful can get a few more, extras that a woman that's not that beautiful can get. I understand that, right? But women, well, before I say that, I'm gonna say this. I've seen a woman, she used to date a celebrity. Now, the celebrity, they broke up and they got married. I'm not gonna say, he got married to somebody else. I'm not gonna say who it is. But I saw her, and I don't know how she popped up on my social media page because I don't follow her, but she popped up. And I was looking at her, I was like, wow. As she gets older, and I'm telling you this is just the truth. As she gets older, her beauty, I'm not saying that she's not beautiful. I'm not saying that, but I can see how it decreases. And this is why I did that episode and it's crazy because we have this double standard. But this particular standard is so true. Men in their older age can have a selection of women that they want as long as they are in good health, smell good, dress nice, right? And it doesn't have to be expensive. You just dress nice. You present yourself well and you have stability. You don't have to be rich. Stability. Your pool of women that you can choose from is vast. Now, women, that's single, that's older, right? Even if you have money, your pool that you can select from becomes smaller. And as you tack on different things, like you have children, younger children, dependent children, that pool becomes even smaller, right? Don't have multiple kids. It becomes, so many women get me and they be like, just because I got kids don't mean I can't get no man. Go try it. Go try it. I'm not saying that you can't get a man. That's not what I'm saying. And just for the record, this is not alcohol. This is natural spring water. Like I did some research on this, and this is like super, super pure. There was a guy that I follow on Instagram. He tested this water, and you get it from Wegmans. It's glass. I mean, I might do something about the health side as well that I'm trying to go on. But anyway, women, just really hear me. I'm not saying, I'm really talking to gold diggers. I'm not saying you settle in your youth. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is be intentional in your youth. Be very intentional, right? Don't think that your beauty is not going to, I know a woman now, we went to school together. She is beautiful, gorgeous. She keeps herself in shape, but guess what? She's single. Now, I don't know. I haven't talked to her in years, so I don't know if she wants to be in a relationship. I don't know. But what I am saying is, as you get older, men that are not thirsty, I'm not saying that you can't get a man. Yes, you can get a man. He may be thirsty. But the guys that are not thirsty, they're going to ask this question. Why are you this beautiful, right? Have this much going on for yourself, this old and single, right? That's problematic for a lot of, like, for real men. Hold on. I'll take you out, have a good time, stuff like that. But there's something that you're not telling me. So, but ladies, don't think that your beauty is going to float you through life. Some women it works for. I know a woman now that was married to a guy. We went to school together as well. She follows me. We went to school together. She married this guy, and they had some children. Looked like they lived a beautiful life, right? And just recently, they, unfortunately got divorced. And, I mean, is there another guy in the picture? I don't know. But be intentional. And I'm not saying that she was a gold digger. I'm not saying that. But from the outside looking in, it looks like she was trying to get what she can get financially and then just, cruise in the sunset. It's three things that I really want to highlight that I'm telling you that most people have not thought about. Because when I began to put this episode together, I looked at it, I said, wow, that's an amazing point I want to share with my listeners. Now watch this. This is the first point. The reason why gold diggers, in my opinion, don't want 50-50 relationships, this is number one. They want provision without partnership. They want provision without partnership. That's a problem. That's problematic for me. You want provision without partnership. Now, provision is I get all the benefits, but there's no partnership, meaning there's no loyalty. There's no us working together. You do the work, allow me to reap the benefits, and I'm a trophy on your arm. That's not the type of relationship, fellas. Listen to me clearly. That's not the type of relationship that you want. Because that type of relationship, and even to you ladies, there's going to be some loopholes. There's going to be some holes in that type of relationship. Literally. Because if you only show up for one thing and you're only good at one thing, this is why I truly believe. This is why a lot of men that are not, now I'm not saying, I'm going to say it, their character is not intact. This is one of the reasons why a lot of men cheat. Because number one, their character is not intact. But number two, you don't show up in certain areas that he needs you to show up in. All you show up is in the sex area and the looks area, the looks department. That's it. You can't have a stimulating conversation. You can't help me build this empire that I'm trying to build. You can't help me invest. You can't bring nothing to the table but looks and sex. That gets old. Men can get that anywhere, right? So that's the first one. The reason gold diggers don't want a 50-50 relationship is because they want provision without partnership. The second one is they value lifestyle more than they do loyalty. That's problematic for me. They value lifestyle more than they value loyalty. Now, this is the truth of the matter is, if you really think about it, you can use what God has given you to be, let's really be honest. This is why they have beauty contests. There's women that are beautiful, gorgeous, and whatever you want to call it. And there's some that's not so much, right? So why don't you use what God has given you, beauty, but also have that mindset to say, you know what? I don't want you to just give me anything. I want us to build this thing together. This is why I teach my daughters. Listen, I'm not saying that you don't submit to a man when God has allowed you to, for that man that you believe that God is calling you to be with, to, you know, when you get married. I told my daughter last week, I said, listen, she's 7 months. She has no clue what I'm saying. I said, I'm your guy. You're not getting married. You're going to stay with mommy and daddy for the rest of your life. Period. Right? Of course, I'm just talking. But I'm not saying don't submit to a man that God has, you know, that's called you to be with in partnership and covenant. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is build your own empire first. I tell this to every woman. Don't never let a man meet you and you're waiting for him to carry the load, or you're waiting for, I don't subscribe to that, because so many women were taught by their dads, find a man that can take care of you. Suppose the relationship goes sour. Suppose it goes south and he doesn't feel like taking care of you no more. And you don't know how to take care of yourself. You don't know how to sustain yourself, let alone, let's suppose you have children. You're in a messed up situation. Now you're really for the streets, right? So now you find yourself in a peculiar situation where it's like, man, I can't survive. So now I got to do things that goes against my morals, right? Now, I'm not saying all women do this, but there's a lot of women that do that. So that's why I tell people, never say never. You never know what you would never do, because never can show up at your front door knocking on the door. So they value lifestyle more than they do loyalty. It's the last one. I'll be out your way. They see relationship as transactions, not teamwork. That's very problematic for me. They see relationships as transactions, not teamwork. Like, it's a transaction. Okay, I'm going to give you this and you give me that. I'm going to do this for you and you do this for me. No. Let's build this thing because ladies, hear me clearly and I'm done. Gold Diggers edition. If you only show up for one thing, what happened is he will leave his options open. Even if you're married, he will leave his options open, because I promise you, you may be the look that he always desired, but you're not the woman that he desired. And since you're not the woman that he desired, what happened is he would deal with you for a season, but he would keep his eyes open. And once that woman that he truly desires comes, he will invest his time in that. Cheating, you call it cheating, but you know, he wasn't wise enough to say, you know what, and look and ask the qualifying questions and analyze your family and look at you and say, hey, this is not what I want. Let me leave this alone. He got too deep in. So now he's cheating with another woman. And this is the woman that he really wants. Now, he may do it one of two ways. He may tell her, now I'm going to tell you this, if she agrees to that type of situation, she's a trash woman as well. But if it's a decent woman, she would say, no, I cannot mess with you until you close this chapter. Or he may keep it a secret, not let him know about you. And then what happens is he just gets deep in with her and gets a divorce with you. And, and it's a chance that she may never know anything. You never know how he will plays this thing. But when you only show up for one thing and you're only good at one thing, and you only, watch this, let me take that off the table. You're only good at one thing. You only care about one thing, and that's looking good. It's going to lead you down a road to destruction. Why women don't want to be 50-50, the Gold Diggers edition. I'll see you next week.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.